Well, good morning, Frieden and friends of Frieden. There is light on the horizon. That would preach, wouldn't it? There's light on the horizon. That the sun, as I look out the study window, my view, let me shade up a little bit more there. There you go. The view out the study window this morning, I will send you a little later, but it's beautiful now. It will continue to become more beautiful as the day goes on, I'm sure. So today I want to share with you the Psalms for Sunday. It's a lovely psalm. Listen to these words. It's Psalm 85, the opening 1 and 2, and then the body is 8 through 13. It's a short reading, so enjoy with me. Lord, you were favorable to your land. You restored the fortunes of Jacob. You forgave the inequity of your people, and you pardoned all their sin. Praise God. Let me hear what God the Lord will speak, for he will speak peace to his people, to his faithful, to those who turn to him in their hearts. I'm sorry, I'm kind of stumbling here. I'm not sure what translation I got. Let me remind you that God is beyond gender. These male pronouns in here are just bad habit. Okay. Where were we? Listen to 85:8. Let's change these to recognizing that God is both male and female and things beyond that we can't understand. Let me hear what God the Lord will speak, for they will speak peace to their people. No, okay. This is where there's a rub in this, isn't it? Because we claim to be monotheistic, but we worship a triune God. We worship a God with many facets that we recognize and talk about three, but the mystery of God, that there's infinite numbers of facets of God, infinite number of ways to reach to God. And this is what the psalmist is doing. The psalmist is reaching to God and using the language of the psalmist culture. You and I live in a different culture, so I avoid male pronouns and masculine references for the deity, as I avoid female references for the deity. That God is God and beyond, the Alpha and the Omega. So let me hear what God the Lord will speak, for the divine will speak peace to the people, to God's faithful, to Yahweh's faithful, to Abba's faithful. This parent figure. When we use words like that, we mean this, perfect parent that is stern when we need to be, held accountable, but is embracing and loving when we need to be soothed. And we always need both of those things. Let's go on. We were talking about that God's people. Sorry, I've lost my place in this thing. I was thinking about it too much. It says that the Lord will speak peace to the people, and the people will turn their hearts to the Lord. This speaking peace. This is the soothing God. And in that, this is also the God. Other places in Psalms that is a thunderbolt slinging God. Surely salvation is at hand for those who regard the divine. The text here that I'm interpreting says, fear him. That I think people in this culture, the culture of you and I, struggle with the word fear, that we think of fear in the negative. And fear is part of our makeup. Fear is part of how we're wired. It's what keeps us safe. We hear a loud noise and we duck. That's a good thing to do. And so this fear of God, this unfathomable, this mysterious God, we should be afraid. We should be sucking our guts in and standing up straight when we think of God, when we acknowledge the presence of God. That's that parent that it's a shame when somebody who falls from their pedestal, some famous person, and then we have to disregard everything they ever did. And I'm thinking about Bill Cosby this morning, who we put on this pedestal, and then he turned out to be less than perfect, like the rest of us, and in a particularly repulsive way for most of the people in this culture. But sin is sin. God doesn't rate sin. So I feel for people that are in that position. The safest thing is to not get up on the pedestal, I guess. Bill Cosby said in his parenting stuff, claimed to say to his children, "I brought you into this world, I can take you out." I mean, that's the one thing. See, one thing that God can do that we can't do is create life. No. God lets us be partners in that creative process by procreating, by bringing forth new humans, by our cooperation between our genders, our physiological genders. And so, Cosby in that went ahead and claimed the other power of God. I can take you out. God exhaled us into existence. God can inhale us out of existence. Fear God. All right, moving on. Sorry. Surely salvation is at hand for those who regard, are aware of, revere, fear the divine, that glory may dwell in the land. Glory, this presence of God, the Spirit of God, the glory of God may dwell in our land. Everything be touched by the presence of God, and us be aware of it. Not my will, but thy will be done. Steadfast love and faithfulness will meet. Righteousness and peace will kiss each other. Faithfulness will spring up from the ground, and the righteous will look down from the sky. The Lord will give what is good, and our land will yield its increase. Righteousness will go before God, and will make a path for the Lord's steps. And you see in Isaiah, this last part is reference to Jesus coming amongst us. But in this Advent season, as we wait for the coming Jesus, remember the preparation has activity with it. When you rearrange the house to decorate for Christmas, you can break out a sweat. It's work, but it's well worth it. This being the place where steadfast love and faithfulness meet, and righteousness and peace kiss each other. This coming together in despite our wonderful, unique perspectives and the unique creation that is us, that we come together in this thing of being thankful. Sorry, got all tied up. Being thankful for this, being thankful and taking thankfulness into behavior, And I'm not just talking about volunteering and stuff. I'm talking about how you spend your money, talking about how you interact with one another, how you interact with a stranger in these strange times, particularly how you interact with a stranger. So I'm sorry, this is way longer than I meant for it to be for just a reading of the Psalms, but it is well worth your attention. All right, good Friday morning to you. I'm going to slip outside so I can get a nice picture of the view from my study window. And we'll see you later. Oh, remember, Sunday, we are having the drive-in service. I'm not completely certain that I have the FM broadcaster worked out, but we are going to drive into the parking lot and be able to look at one another and wave and hear a sermon. Hear a prayer. All right, that's Sunday at 10. See you later. Bye-bye.